I made some Cushaw pies in a recent video, so today I just wanted to show you what a Cushaw is and how I'm going to extract the pulp from it. This is a Cushaw. It's a type of squash that's grown on a vine, very similar to a pumpkin. And you can tell a Cushaw because it's elongated and it's green and white striped. So I'm going to cut this up and I'll put it in the oven and roast it. The first thing I'm going to do is cut off a little bit of the stem end of the Cushaw. Then I'll cut it in half and remove the seeds. I've got the end cut off here. Now I'm going to work on cutting it in half. I've almost finished cutting it in half. It's really hard. So it's almost like a wrestling match trying to get it cut. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And now I'm going to remove the seeds. And to remove the seeds, I just take a heavy spoon here and start scraping. And what I get out, I'll put over here in a bowl. And I can either save the seeds and let them dry out and plant them next year, or I can use them for compost, or give them to a neighbor that might want to plant them. Now this Cushaw didn't come from my garden. I bought it at a produce market near here. I've never grown a Cushaw myself, but my mom and dad did when I was growing up. So you want to get out all the seeds and all this fiber as best you can. And it's not too hard if you've got a good solid spoon. So between cutting the Cushaw and removing the seeds and those fibers, I feel like my arms have had a workout today. But I'm going to get it ready now to go in the oven. I've got 2 baking sheets here that I've covered with aluminum foil and then sprayed with a non-stick cooking spray. I've already got half of the Cushaw on this one. I'm turning the Cushaw cut side down. And when my oven comes up to temperature, I'll put them in and let them roast. I'll check on them in about an hour. I've got the oven set to 350 degrees. My oven has come up to temperature now, so I'm going to put these in and let them go about an hour, and I'll check on them. And it will probably take longer than that, but I'll just keep a check on them every little bit. My Cushaw's out of the oven. It took about 2 hours total cook time. And you can tell it's done because it's spongy to the touch. Or you can take a fork and stick in the end of it where the pulp is, and if there's no resistance, then you know it's done. So I'm going to let this cool, and then I will scrape the pulp away from the rind. Now that the Cushaw has cooled, I'm just scraping out the pulp. Just be careful not to go too deep, because you don't want any of that rind in there, and the rind is very soft right now. So I'll just keep scraping until I get it all out, and then we'll go to the next step. This is all the pulp that I got from the Cushaw. So now I'm just going to take a potato masher and mash it up and get rid of some of the stringiness. This part's easy because it's good and soft. Most of the stringiness is gone, but if you wanted it a little smoother than this, you could use an electric mixer and smooth it out. But this is good enough for me. So the only thing left to do now is to put it in our jars, and then we'll put it in a refrigerator. I ended up with a little over 2 quarts of Cushaw pulp. And I'll use this for making Cushaw pies. And I'll use the same recipe as I do for pumpkin pie to make that. Or I'll make Cushaw butter. And the process for that is just like making apple butter. But this will go into the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it.